This is the Huddersfield View, and Andre Brighton writers getting it all wrong. Mark, good, welcome back. We are going to preview the game against Coventry and get your views on that Rotherham draw. We've got Claudio, who's here on the Huddersfield View. Welcome, Claudio. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Looking forward to your trip to the John Smiths?
Yes.
Let's check in with Mark then and talk all things Brighton writer and why it isn't looking so bright or right for Huddersfield at the moment. Mark, how was your trip to Rotherham?
Disaster on it. I mean, one thing is I hate how we've had 2 red cards in 3 games for absolutely ridiculous things. Like, you're professional players, you need to cut it out. It's a joke. Getting red carded because you're shouting back at referee. If there's a player who needed it, it was Sorba Thomas. So I'm hoping it won't be playing against Coventry, but I'm hoping it might just be a kick up his butt just to say, right, you can't just be petulant all the time. So you've had 2 games, you've played Leeds, you've played Rotherham, and then all of a sudden you're down to 10 men because frustration's building, and you could see the frustration in the players. And the fact that we could have still even won against Rotherham, just tells you need to know we're not taking the chances. So it's not like we're not creating them, we're just not taking them. But Brighton writer came against Watford, we got that win, and I think it was on a bit of a crest of a wave. And then you got that draw against Leeds, and then suddenly for the next 3 games, it's like he doesn't know what he wants to do. I get the argument where he's come out and said, I didn't make the substitutions because we were playing a back 4 or whatever and stuff like that, most players. But I'm like, well, that game was there to be won against a team who have been terrible, and we didn't take it. And that was the first kind of time after that game where I'm like, actually, we could get relegated, because that's a massive, massive loss. You won't see other teams going to Rotherham and going, yeah, we'll handle a draw, or getting turned over because we're getting petulant. I think that's definitely one nail kind of in a coffin for Town, because if you get any of these games wrong at weekend, it's a long way back.
Yeah, I suppose the only saving grace, isn't it, that teams around you haven't won or haven't picked up as many points. Does it worry you now that you're seeing your team on the slide? Obviously, Birmingham will have appointed obviously new manager. Stoke on the up. All the teams around you seem to have had some sort of impetus, and you're just having a downward moment just at the wrong time. Is that down to the players or the manager?
Both of them. Your manager's got to get tactics right, and fair enough. Brian Wright is still new at it, and I'm thinking after international break, you might have some more players back and all this kind of stuff. I mean, we're still struggling with a few injuries, but Sorba Thomas is a leader on pitch, and if you're petulant and you're getting a booking because you throw ball away or because referees give a free kick against you, that's got to stop in whatever league you're playing in. That's down to him. That's down to his petulance, and it's down to players to, when you're getting a chance to score goals, to do stuff. It's all right saying this is our formation, but if you can't handle your temper and stuff, that's down to the player individually, and it's massive. Jonathan Ogg did it with elbow against Leeds. He's done it. It's like, hold up, we haven't seen a red card all season, and when it's come to crunch, we've had 2 red cards in a game because they're not handling pressure. This weekend, I really wish we were playing Stoke at home and Coventry away, because I think we're going to get battered by Coventry, and I think if that's on your head going to Stoke on Monday, that Stoke game suddenly becomes huge, because if Stoke get a positive result, then Stoke are like, oh, well, we've got a positive result weekend. We're playing a team who have been battered by Coventry, because Coventry, looking at their results, they've beaten Stoke, they've beaten Millwall, they've beaten Sheffield Wednesday. So they're beating teams at bottom of the league like us. So if we can get even anything out of that game on Friday, that'd be great. But in my head, I would really wish it were all the way around, because you've had a week off and you're eating Stoke fresh then. But you don't want to get turned over by Coventry or on back of like one of the greatest results we've ever had, pretty much.
Okay. Claudio,
I mean, going to Stoke and getting battered at Stoke, it's quite worrying, to be honest. It's not great.
Okay. Claudio, is there any chance that Coventry, cheer up the town fans here, are still on a FA Cup high and might be underestimating them?
I think the problem for us, in some ways, the international break was great because it gave some of our players a rest. But sometimes it can break that momentum. And I think had this game been like this weekend just gone, I think we'd have been really buzzing and up for it. I mean, it's whether or not the lads come back now and then on Friday just show exactly what they did at Wolves, they can do at Huddersfield. It'd be interesting because, of course, we had three players, Casey Palmer, Latibodiere and Hajirai all playing over the other side of the world. I mean, are they going to be jet lagged when they get back? You don't know what they're going to be like, do you? So I don't know how Mark Robins is going to sort of mix things up a bit. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Huddersfield have drawn a lot of matches this season.
Too many.
And so have we. So it could be one of those. I know I sit on the fence a lot, but it wouldn't. I mean, we need to win. If we want to push into the playoffs, we have to win on. These are games we need to win because you're playing a team near in the bottom three. But it's going to be really difficult, I think. I think it's going to be a really tough match.
Yeah, it's been 1-1 this game. The last 3 of the last 6 times it's been played. And Mark, you've not been Coventry at home since 1971. What's got to change tactically for you for it to become a very good Friday for Terriers this week?
Depends on who plays Sorba Thomas's role. I mean, Sorba Thomas he's been a key player all season, and it depends what happens in that area. I mean, obviously, we haven't had players going to the other side of the world. I mean, Casey Palmer will be up for it because they're an ex-Town player. I mean, won't play off with Town. Mark Robbins will be up for it because he's an ex-Town manager. We're like going to Gal Farm and ruin the day, So I think you need to think about how the other team are about lot. And you need to, I won't say set up defensively as such, but really have a mind on the fact that Ellie Sims and all the kind of players about lot are on top form at the moment, and we need to be backing ourselves to be better. We've got a good team. It's just backing ourselves to be more astute with ball and to do better with it. I mean, that Rotherham game, it was ridiculous. It's like you had so many chances and we just didn't want to do it with ball. The amount of times you shoot in a game or do something with it. But I think if Coventry go 1-0 up, that's it. I think we'll lose. But tactically wise, I think we need to take it to Coventry. But I just can't see it. I don't know if the players' heads are in it to stay up to win. I think it's going to sound ridiculous, but I'm already comfortable with getting relegated because I'm like, it's not my money, and I'll be there next season if it's Championship or League One. But players have got to be responsible. I think, however it sets up, you need to be saying to those players, right, you've got 8 games now to show people why you're going to get a contract next season playing for other teams. Because if you got relegated and you've been rubbish for the last 8 games of the season, you're going to stay at Town. And I think it's about making sure that we take it to Coventry. But the main key will be if we can get somebody in Sorba Thomas's place to do what Sorba Thomas kind of does. But Coventry can score from anywhere. We've seen Casey Palmer. We know what he does. Ellis Sims scored like 2 really good goals the other day, and we're both different kind of goals. So, yeah. I don't know what else to add to it, to be fair, because I could just worry about it all day. I think Brian Wright has just got to get over this international break. Hopefully we've got us 3 strikers back who were injured and attack on front foot, and I think that's what you got to do. And that's what you got to do for the next 8 games. Else we won't be sat here next year in League One.
Is the fans still behind the manager, briefly?
I think so. I think lots of people are behind him, But again, lots of people other day were literally like, that is on Andre Brighton, right? And that is on him for not making those tactical changes. And again, I don't want to jump on him and I'll back him until somebody else says so, but you've got to learn from that mistake. But I still think the players need to take some kind of responsibility for not scoring goals or making wrong decisions. bloody everyone goes on about Bergzorg being good, and he is, but the amount of times he just makes the wrong decision for anything, and you just sat there going, "That's just another chance. That's just another chance. That's another chance missed." And I'm still frustrated that Town kept on the Darren Moore longer than he should have done, because of we had those 3 games against Plymouth, Blackburn, and QPR within like 4 weeks, and those were winnable games. But because we played wrong tactics and we had wrong manager, that'll ultimately be his downfall.
Okay. All right, shall we get some predictions then? It's Huddersfield against Coventry. 1-1 earlier in the season. There was that 97th minute equaliser, wasn't there, from Hellick back in September.
Finish with that.
What you would give for that similar scoreline now? Mark, you go first. You're at home.
I think we'll score, but I think Coventry will be too strong. I think it'll be 2-1 to them.
Okay. Claudio?
Oh, I was going to go for a draw, believe it or not. I got a feeling it could be a bit of the after the Lord Mayor's show, and it depends on what sort of lineup we've got. So, as much as I think we need to win, I can see it being something like a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. If you're a Huddersfield Town fan and sharing Mark's woes, sorry, Mark, it's so depressing at the moment for you, but I share your views, and having read a lot about that game at Rotherham on Twitter and on the following reports, it seems a lot of Town fans are, like you, becoming a bit more kind of used to the fact that this could be the season that you do drop. And obviously we all hope on this channel you don't. But if you're a Huddersfield Town fan and want to come on and share your views here, there's an email address in the description. Drop us an email and you can come and share your woes with Mark here next week. Good luck against Stoke as well. Obviously that's the big one. We'll chat to you after both those 2 games.
It's a long trip down to Stoke, and that car park getting out after is a nightmare. So we'll see what kind of mood I'm in at that point to get out.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
So thank you.
All right, nice one. Thank you.